call Mr. Avery Bancroft to the stand. Good afternoon. Could you please state your name, spelling your last name for the record?
Hi, my name is Avery Bancroft. That's B-A-N-C-R-O-F-T.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Bancroft?
I'm currently the president and CEO of Bancroft Entertainment, as well as the Black Bear Casino right here in Midlands.
What are your responsibilities as that president and CEO?
Well, as president and CEO, I'm responsible for all the logistical ongoings within the casino. I'm also responsible for various lines of work that are under me, and I'm also responsible for maintaining a healthy relationship with the Midlands Gambling Commission, as well as the Midlands Gaming Control Committee.
Now, you mentioned the Midlands Gambling Commission. What do they do?
Now, the Midlands Gambling Commission is comprised of 3 members, being Riley Geis, Harper Walton, and Chase Covington. So each of these members vote by the decade on which casinos get and which casinos do not get gambling licenses. In addition, they make sure the casinos are up to code, and they also do some other logistical matters within the gambling business.
Now, you mentioned Chase Covington as one of the members of the Gambling Commission. Do you know him? Her, excuse me?
Yes, I do. Chase Covington actually frequents my casino. The first time that I spoke with Chase Covington was, I believe, October of 2014, which was right after we released the, the announcement for the gambling license was released, and I contacted Chase Covington.
Now, you mentioned that the Gambling Commission was going to award a new casino license this year. Did you apply for that casino license?
Yes, I did. So, I was actually raised around the casino business. My father started Bancroft Entertainment long before I was born, and I pretty much did anything to help out around the casino. I worked as a bellhop, I worked at the front desk, I did pretty much any casino job you can think of until I was promoted to become Vice President of Operations in 2001. I served on that position until my father passed away.
Now, in your creating and working on this proposal, did you have any meetings to discuss this proposal?
Yes, I did. So, the Midlands Gambling Commission finds it very important to meet with candidates very frequently. They view granting a license as a huge investment for the entire city of Midlands, and so they want to make sure that they get the highest return on that investment possible. That being said, I met with Chase Covington along with both Harper Walton and Riley Geis multiple times throughout the sequester in order to maximize the potential of my proposal.
Now, before we get into the details of these meetings, I just want to ask you a few questions about today specifically. Now, have you been in court the entire time of the trial?
Yes, I have.
And have you heard everything that the witnesses have said on the stand?
Yes.
And have you understood everything that they've said?
Yes.
Now, I'd first like to talk to you about a meeting that took place on March 31st. Do you remember this meeting?
Yes, I do.
Who was at that meeting?
That meeting was between myself, Mickey Keenan, Chase Covington, and my assistant Corey Hutt.
Now, at this meeting, did you discuss the proposal you had for the Gambling Commission?
Yes. By this point in the process, I had a very finalized proposal. We were supposed to talk about very finite details, and between the last meeting and that meeting, the only thing that I had tampered with my proposal was the addition of a conference area.
Now, how did you, for the majority of that conversation, how would you characterize it? What did you talk about?
Well, to be quite honest, that conversation was very uncharacteristic. Right when we began the conversation, Chase Covington seemed very off. I mean, she didn't really react well to my single change, and she just seemed very concerned with finite details, like the cost of this, the cost of that. It was all about the money. I didn't understand why. The only thing I had added was a conference area, and so I was very concerned.
Now, you mentioned that Ms. Covington seemed to be all about the money. Was anybody else concerned about the money at this meeting?
Well, oddly enough, it seemed like Mickey Keenan was very invested in our conversation. I mean, it's not very regular for an assistant, let alone an auditor, to interlude with business procedure or protocol. And so I was kind of shocked when I was handed a napkin when we were in the middle of a conversation about the marginal subsidization rate of a particular conference area.
Now, what did you do with that napkin that Officer Keenan handed to you?
Well, to be quite honest, I had no idea what I was supposed to do with it. I took it, I wiped my forehead with it, and I threw it aside, and I took a drink of water.
What happened after that?
Well, after that, I tried to go straight back into the business. Pretty much what we had discussed was if I increase the size of the conference area, the subsidization rate would increase. That being that the Midlands Gambling Commission was willing to subsidize that property that was going to be added onto the casino for approximately $150,000, which is what I wrote on the napkin. I passed it back towards Chase Covington.
And what happened after you handed it to Miss Covington?
Well, Miss Covington didn't say anything and looked at Mickey Keenan. Mickey Keenan didn't seem satisfied at all, and so this time Mickey Keenan threw the napkin at me, this time with a pen. And she looked very angry, like she was dissatisfied. It was at this point that I understood what she wanted of me.
So, what did Officer Keenan want of you?
Well, Miss Keenan simply looked at me and said, "It's all about the money. She wants more." And so it was at that point that I made the worst business decision of my entire life. I offered a bribe of $250,000.
Now, did you feel pressure to offer that bribe?
Absolutely. I mean, before that point, I had thought that my proposal spoke for itself. And I felt like I was trapped. I was backed into a corner and I had no way out.
Now, I want to talk to you about when that bribe allegedly happened. Now, were you here in court when Ms. Del Sesto testified?
Yes, I was.
And did you hear her talk about how that bribe allegedly happened in the VIP room of your casino?
Yes. So I actually met with Mickey Keenan before that initial meeting. And Mickey Keenan told me all of the logistics of what was supposed to go down. That I was supposed to stuff a briefcase of $200,000, that I was to go straight to the VIP room and exchange that briefcase with Chase Covington. However, when I went to that VIP room, I looked Chase Covington in the eye and I knew I couldn't do it. So I told Chase Covington, "I'm sorry, this isn't how I do business," and I sent her away.
Did anything happen after that?
Yes, Mickey Keenan came storming in, her face was red and she was very angry. She said that I had to go through it. I was scared, so I found Chase Covington and exchanged the briefcase.
Thank you. Nothing further, Your Honor.